Yeah, it's Johnny Grube from WildManTraining.com. I want to talk real quick about people that tell you to keep an open mind. I love these people. People that tell you that are almost always the ones who have a closed mind. These are the people that will never go out and read. These people will never go out and research. They will only listen to what their people in their bubble will say. They have no idea what's right or wrong. They have no idea what's truthful or not. You really need to go out there and do your own research. I've said it before many, many times. I read a ton. I listen to hours of audiobooks, and I have for quite a long time. My opinions and views are constantly changing. Not so much my worldviews. They may have changed a little bit here and there, but I have to go with what makes sense to me. Like I've talked about the vaccinations. Well, I've done my research. I don't normally get the flu shot. I don't normally go to doctors because I already told you, medical doctors basically are prescription writers because if anything is wrong, they'll send you to a specialist. So they're basically there to write you a prescription and get you out of their office so you can continue to come back and get that prescription so they can continue to be paid. Not all are like that. Obviously, everyone knows that. But that's why I don't do it. So I've done my research. And out of 7.65 billion people, 2 million people have died from the virus. Yeah, that's not that much. And if you look at the United States with 600,000 people and however inflated it is, and yes, they cherry pick and they show certain people who died from it, but they're really not showing people who got the vaccination and died. They're really not showing the people that got the vaccination and got the COVID. They're not really showing any of these things. They only want you to see what they want. Fear is a biggest seller, and they want you afraid. And the people with the open mind they don't have the smarts to realize that they're being fucking snookered. They're being fooled. They're making them look like jerk-offs. And that's fine, because like I said, I got to live, every year I had to live with the flu, people having it around me, if my kids got it, my grandkids got it, whoever. Well, I took my chance, just like I will with the COVID. I'll take my chance. That's my personal choice. I taught you about the seatbelt in a prior video. I wear a seatbelt because I feel it's the right thing to do. These people out there, they don't want you to be able to think for yourself. They don't want that. The moment you start thinking for yourself, you start questioning them. And they can't have that because their egos can't handle it. These people are the mentally weak and mentally sick. That's why society is on more drugs than ever before. And I'm not just talking about psychological drugs. They're smoking pot, they're smoking crack, whatever. They're drinking at high rates more than ever before, and nobody sees that this could be a problem. People don't want to work. It's so bad now that fast food restaurants are now back to hiring 14-year-olds. See, people don't realize that the government made these $15 an hour minimum wage jobs for the college students who got worthless degrees and now can't get jobs. So now we have to give them basically a job, a low skill job, so they can go in there and complain and cry and bitch and then somewhere down the road strike for more money or complain they need more money to live because they haven't learned any skills. But what they actually are doing is getting a job that a 14-year-old kid used to get when they were in high school so they could pay for gas so they could drive around their car or have a little spending money. But these are college kids today, not high school kids. It's just amazing. It's so bad that now they want to hire high school kids because, well, they probably got the same education as a person that's got a 4-year degree in gender studies. Same people out there to tell you to keep an open mind who get tired of the government funding or bailing out banks or bailing out businesses are the same people that want the government to pay for their worthless student loan. People will not read. People will only go as far as their phone today or what their friends are saying. Groupthink is not a good way to think. These people tell you they're independent, they think independently, and they do not because they look like everyone else. They mutilate their bodies with piercings and tattoos. And I mean, I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of women with tattoos. Don't like it. It's disgusting. I mean, it's bad enough when you see an old man with a tattoo. Look at the old women with tattoos. Because they were around when I was growing up, and there was very few of them, and they were usually pretty shitty women. But today, they're glorified. I don't get it, but hey, whatever. But, again, you need to do your own research. Do your own reading. Okay? One of the things I did change my views on back years ago was abortions. I was for abortions, could care less about abortions, didn't matter who got them. But obviously, as I got older, I had kids, and I actually seen a documentary on what happened and how abortions were done, and I'm thinking, oh, that's fucking horrible. And then I changed my views. Now, I don't care if you want to get them, that's on you. I think it's wrong. I don't think it should be used as birth control. But I do think that if something's medically wrong, and the baby has to be taken because of the mother, or the mother was raped, or incest, I do think that it should be used for things like that. But I don't think it should be used as birth control. If you don't have to agree with me, that's fine. You can think it's, God's way or whatever, and that's fine. I can still have that discussion with you. I'm not going to hate you and call you names and say you're a fucking idiot, because that's an opinion. Okay? But when we're that far off on social issues and worldly issues, well, then I have a problem. But if you can make me think and give me the facts, and maybe I'll change, because facts do seem to change me a little bit. When I see right here, then I'm thinking, well, maybe I was wrong. And that's one thing I found out years ago. I'm not afraid to fucking tell people I was wrong. I don't know how many times I've apologized to people because I fucked up. Hey, I fucked up. That was wrong. I had no idea. I was completely fucking lied to. And that's one of the reasons why I continue to pay attention, because even as I was growing up, man, I just didn't believe a lot of things. I just couldn't believe things that people were telling me. I had to find out for myself. I mean, growing up, I wasn't like that. My mom, obviously whatever she said, and my, parents, that's what it was. But even though my mom, I had to listen to them, she always told me to question authority. Well, I always have. Didn't always work out well for me in school and things like that, but, eventually I learned. And now I'm going to be 54 years old, and I still question it. And I'm still going to figure it out for myself. If somebody gives me good advice for finances, I'm going to look into it. If it works for me, I'm going to use it. If somebody gives me good advice for training, I'm definitely going to look into it. Something about my health. And, I'm going to look into it, man, because I want to be the best I can be, and I want to be informed the best I can be, so I can continue living the life I need to live, and then I can pass the good stuff down to my kids and my grandchildren. Not stupid shit. I know there's some people out there that will take advice from a fat, overweight doctor. Will be the same people that go out there and take financial advice from a fucking bum on the street, which makes no sense to me. So when people tell you to keep an open mind, remember, these people are the ones that have the closed minds, and they will never, almost never, change their view later.